Hey everyone. So a lot of people out there, they're appreciating the workouts, the full workouts that everybody's putting out, and they're doing them. But quite a handful of people only really want to know how to structure workouts. That's where they're kind of drawing blanks. I've had a few clients reach out to me, and a lot of people have some weird things at home that nobody else really has to doing workouts, and they're fine with that, but they just want to know how to use them. So in this video, I want to go over 3 templates that I like to use that are good for home workouts. They're pretty popular, they're pretty well known, but I like to put a little bit of a twist on them to make them a little bit more effective, challenging, and also some of these twists that I put on them and able to use this template for the entire workout and to make an entire workout. So the first one is EMOMs. Now, a lot of people know EMOMs, every minute on the minute, right? So typically what we'll do is you'll pick, say 2 to 5 exercises. It's not really important. You'll have an A, a B, and a C, and the clock will go for 60 seconds. At the start of the first minute, you do the first exercise for, let's say, 5 reps. The remainder of the 60 seconds after you get done is your rest time. So let's say that 5 reps takes you 8 seconds. So you have 52 seconds of rest until the next minute starts. Now when that next minute hits, you do the next exercise. Let's say it's 10 reps. And let's say 10 reps takes you 15 seconds. So now you have 45 seconds of rest here, okay? And you would do that for whatever number of exercises you came up with. And you can set it for, you know, anywhere between 10, 15, 20. Sometimes I've had clients go up to 34, 36 minute EMOMs in workouts. Now, one thing I like to do that, you know, I know a few people do, but it's not really common, is I will, instead of doing 1 exercise per minute, sometimes I will give the client, let's say, 3 minutes. Okay, so let's say they have 3 minutes, and I will give them anywhere between 3 to 5 exercises, and I'll change the time that I give them as well. But let's say 3 minutes. Let's say I give them 3 exercises. So we have A1, A2, A3. Let's say A1 is body weight squat jumps for 10. And let's say A2 would be alternating lunges. Just doing this on the fly here. So we're doing 8 per each leg. And then let's say number 3 would be banded good mornings. All right, and let's say we'll do 15 with a band there. All right, so we have 3 exercises. At the start of the 3 minutes, we do our 10 body weight squat jumps. We go right in, standing right in place, standing in the same place. We go right into 8 alternating lunges, so 16 total, 8 per leg. And then we'll grab a band that we set right next to us, and we'll do 15 banded good mornings. So let's say those 3 exercises for that number of reps takes you 1 minute and 15 seconds. So you've got you've got 1 minute and 45 seconds of rest until the next 3-minute window hits. Okay, and you're gonna do that, you're gonna do all the reps every 3 minutes. That's a really effective way. I like to use it a lot for beginners, because typically people who are new to the gym, young and training age, they cannot do just 1 exercise well enough to tax a lot of motor units, to really feel fatigued. They cannot focus. They don't know how to focus on recruiting the muscles to really fatigue themselves in just 1 exercise. But if you give them 2 to 4 exercises per an area, per a muscle group, by the end of those 3 or 4 exercises, they've taxed, you know, through many different ways that entire area. So again, really good for beginners, but you can also structure this for, you know, somebody who's been in the gym for quite a while. This can be very challenging, and you can get more complex with the movements. So that's one of the templates right there. An EMOM, that doesn't necessarily have to be every minute. It can be every 2-3 minutes on the clock. It can be every 4 minutes, whatever you want to do. You pick your exercises, set it up in an EMOM style. The next one I want to go over, again, pretty popular. Everybody knows this. A lot of people hate it. is Tabata. Okay, so Tabata is 20 on, 10 off, times 8 rounds, so it's a total of 4 minutes. Okay, so all my clients are very familiar with Tabata. We like to do this quite a bit, and there's a lot of arguments out there on what Tabata is. Is it really high intensity interval training? Are the clients really working hard enough to do it? Blah, blah, blah. Doesn't really matter. I don't care. All I'm trying to do is get people active and give them some time constraints for a structured workout, right? If you can define it, if you can structure it, and you can perform it, then you can measure it and you can get better at it next time. And that's what progress is all about. It's all about being better the next time, okay? So everybody's familiar with this one. Now, what I like to do is I like to do Tabata for 4 rounds. So Tabata is a 4-minute workout, and what I'll have my clients do is active rest, active recovery for anywhere between 1 to 4 minutes. Now, obviously, that's going to be determined by a lot of things, how in shape the client is, or if the client is really in shape and I gave them an intense Tabata, some very heavy, complex movements, they might need more rest just because they're working harder. So anyways, so what I'll do is the Tabata, they'll do the whole thing, and then they'll active recovery, active rest for the 1 to 4 minutes. And typically what I'll have them do is, either do laps around the building, I'll have them do a very easy pace rower or a bike, but they have to be constantly moving during that active recovery window. And then they go right back into another Tabata, and they will do that 4 times, back to back to back. There's no rest in it. So I've found, again, because the research was, initially done on, it was 20 seconds, like all out effort on a bike or whatever it was. I understand a lot of clients can't replicate that, but Tabata back to back 4 times in a row is pretty exhaustive to anybody. And again, it's all about being better than the next time, or better the next time than the one you were before. So there's the Tabata one. Then the last one I want to give you in this window are AMRAPs, okay? Again, a lot of people know this one. As many rounds or reps as possible, okay? So you can give an AMRAP to a particular exercise. Let's say that you're doing strict press, and you have 30 seconds to do as many reps as possible, right? Or you can do an entire workout that would be 1 to, however many you want. Let's just say 5 exercises, and you give a 30-minute window, and you tell the person, all right, how many times can you do all of those exercises, cycling around every time in a 30-minute window? So that's the common way. Everybody knows how to use AMRAPs. Now, what I like to do is give short time window AMRAPs. So anywhere between 3 to 5 minutes, they're performing anywhere, again, 2 to 5 exercises, and they are going back and forth as many times as possible, or around they're doing the rounds as many times as possible. And then after that short window of time, they get a window of rest, okay? And this one is unlike the Tabata one, this one they're I don't know how, inactive rest, right? They're just sitting there, they're just recovering their breath. They're not doing anything. So again, number of exercises, and define your time window, or define your work time. Define your rest time. And then how many rounds are you going to do? Okay, so let's say that we had 4 exercises, and we're gonna cycle through those 4 exercises for 3 minutes. So for 3 minutes we're working. We get, let's say we get through the exercises 3.5 times, okay? So we did 14 total sets. And then we are going to rest for, let's say, 2 minutes. All right, 2 minutes, just sitting there, full recovery. Then we go back into it, and we're gonna do that, let's say a number of 4 rounds. All right, so we have 3 plus 2 is 5 times 4 is a 20-minute workout total at the end of it. Now, the one thing you can do with this, and I do this a lot with my jiu-jitsu guys, is they'll record the total number of sets they do in the entire workout. So let's say, okay, they got 14 that first round. Let's say they were able to maintain a good working pace and repeat it. So 14 times 4 would be 56 sets in the 20-minute time window. So the next time they come back, next week or whatever, they do this exact same workout, they should be shooting for 50, anywhere between 57, well obviously anything more than 56, more than 57 sets. And again, it's all about being better than you were yesterday, right? So don't get caught up in don't get wrapped around the axle, don't get caught up in the details. These are 3 super effective templates that anybody can use with any kind of exercises in any situation. Hit me up, let me know any other topics you guys think I could talk on to help you during these times. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope it helps some of you guys out there, both coaches, trainers, and clients alike.